Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a wonderful morning. We are getting ready to get started here. Just want to take a moment to say for each and every person out there, if you plan on going to the No Kings protest today, if you're going to be out and about, please make sure you take care of yourself, be safe, take care of the people around you. Use your voice. It's super important. Hope everyone has an opportunity to show up in mass. I think it's a really important thing. This is the third iteration of No Kings. And each time after the next, it's broken the record as far as public protests. And I think it's a good thing, at least, to show this administration that people aren't just going to sit back and allow them to do whatever they want. And it's a huge indicator to the fact that people en masse have made a decision that they are completely rejecting this Trump administration, what they're doing, what they stand for, and they're not interested in what's happening. So again, if you're going to be someone that's going out to protest, if you're going to be a part of No Kings, just make sure that you are aware of your surroundings, taking care of each other, and just doing things to use your voice, and because it's really, really important. All right. With that being said, we are here for some debates this morning. If you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. I have the little daily gift goal set as the creepers. The creepers. Can we knock the creepers out, please? Can we knock the creepers out? Also, again, share the live maybe once or twice. That's cool. That really helps. But reposting the live helps way more than anything else. So if we can share the live once or twice, but repost it, that would be super, super beneficial. Anyway, guys, if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background, get in the box. We're going to look for some debates. You guys know how we start this off. Let's go.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in shame. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Break stats who get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey,
step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script.
One wrong
move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
You don't even vote.
Good morning, everyone.
Your logic is weak.
Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everyone.
I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call.
Tap the screen, guys. If you're over on TikTok, tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up so we can have as many thumbs up as we have people watching.
Ain't no rules, no plan, no script.
If you're over on Twitch, check out some of those new features. Those sound effects and everything. Check those out. If you're on Instagram, make sure you're following me. There's a lot of people on IG that watch the content but don't hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that follow button.
Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah. ain't a safe place.
It is not.
This is flame space.
It absolutely is.
You wanna sparring with Santana.
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana. And guys, if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background, get in the box. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Oh, hello? You can hear me?
Yes. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Wait, I am not a Trump supporter. My husband is, and I need help.
Okay. Is he around?
No, he is. He's an officer.
Okay.
And he's going to be at the protest today.
Okay.
In an official capacity.
Okay. Well, I would just say, you and your husband be safe.
Oh no, I'm avoiding him entirely.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Just a really quick question. I was like, hey, Israel, we should not be fighting Israel's wars. That's bad.
What does it mean? Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. I will say this for people who have relatives that are Trump supporters and you're looking for some type of like backup, some type of information or like just anything along those lines, have them actually come into the live and engage. I think like that's more effective than trying to relay any type of information for you to pass on to them and, blah, 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 blah. So like if you want their ideas challenged, then yeah, for sure, like have them engage with one of the spaces. Yeah, that's what I got. Anyway, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are over on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and you would like to actually debate me, all you have to do is click the link. You do not have to leave the space you're in. All you have to do is click that link and it'll get you up here. We know for a fact that this war has taken a bit of a pivotal turn, and it's time for us to actually end the war. And the way that we go about ending this war with Iran is by removing all U.S. global presence. It's about cutting ties with Israel. It's about banning AIPAC politicians. It's about removing white men from power. And it's about cutting the military budget. All of those things are absolutely necessary in order for us to not only successfully get out of this war, but all of these things are necessary to get our country back on track. And that's the problem. It's not just an instance of like here and now and just immediately stopping this conflict that's in front of us. It's about the overarching issue, which is that our country, we're in an existential crisis. And all of these things are directly connected to the existential crisis that we're facing. So if you disagree with any of those things, get in the box. I know this is going to be a very shy day for MAGA, for Trump supporters. Today's going to be a really hard day for them because no kings means that their entire ideology is crumbled. No kings speaks to the fact that they're alone. People don't stand with them. Millions of Americans are planning on showing up and using their voices today. And the thing that it's going to do is show MAGA, Trump supporters, Donald Trump, this administration, that they're in the minority. That's where they are. They're literally in the minority now. And it's time for them to not only go, but give it up. Yes, Trump supporters, MAGA, they're in shambles about the new Drewski skit. Solid. Like they have officially lost their shit over the Drewski skit. And even like JD Vance is commenting about the Drewski skit. That's how fucking big it is. When JD Vance starts commenting about the Drewski skit, Erica Kirk was like, well, what if someone did blackface? They've done it. They've done blackface. They've done minstrel shows. We know what the fuck it looks like. They still do it. They literally still do it. Every fucking Halloween, they decide that they want to do blackface. As a matter of fact, I got a fucking video on my here on my main page where there's some like right-wing creator who just for the hell of it decided that she was going to do blackface and doubled down on it, saying, well, I should be able to do this. You know what's interesting about this as well? While I give a lot of liberty to people who engage in their art, right? I give artists a lot of liberty because art is expressive, art is personal, art can actually develop in multiple different ways, right? Like multiple different ways. And so I give a lot of leniency to people who engage in art, especially comedians. I think comedians are a bit risky, and they push the envelope and they lean into different aspects of what's happening in our society. And so when it comes to like comedians, I give them a little bit of a leeway, right? But the way that they've actually said that, like, they're literally going after Drewski and saying that, like, oh, you're canceled. You're going to be canceled. We're canceling you. They want to cancel Drewski because he was spot on as far as Erica Kirk. Because if you watch the skit, it may have been a little exaggerated, but where's the lie? Where was the lie in the skit? I didn't see a lie at all. Now, the interesting thing about all of this, well, there's two interesting things. They want to say, oh, blackface, if we did blackface, you guys would be mad. You know why? You know why black people get so mad about white people doing blackface, and then we at the same time, we enjoy Drewski skit. We enjoy the Wayans brothers doing white chicks. You know why we enjoy that? Because while it's an actual comedian, someone who's actually funny, it's not a perpetuation of harm. They're not trying to harmfully portray these characters, and you know they're characters, but they're not trying to harmfully portray them as lower level, as subhuman. Again, I go back to minstrel shows. How when white people did blackface, they had over exaggerated black features. They talked like they were extremely stupid. That's the difference. There's never been an instance of trying to dehumanize people when doing like the comedians with Drewski, with Marlon Wayans, with Sean Wayans. But there's many instances of white people doing blackface and they're trying to dehumanize, because the first thing they do is they put on blackface and they, yo, what's up, my G? With my fried chicken and my great Kool-Aid. That's their idea of blackface in comedy. Right? Like, that's how they engage in comedy. They think that's funny. You said no one ever says that? Oh, okay. Jeff, come up here and tell me about it. I'm going to send you a request. You come up here and tell me about it. I'm going to mute you. Come up here and prove me wrong. Come up here and prove me wrong. They absolutely do that. And you know they do. That's why you're being a snowflake in the comments instead of actually getting up here and engaging with me. The black people that are doing this are engaging in comedy. The white people that's doing this, first and foremost, they're not funny. But secondly, they're just trying to overtly be racist. Why aren't you coming up here, Jeff? Where are you at, Jeff? Of course. Now there is one person that's actually pulled it off, and you guys already know who I'm going to say.
I was about to say RDJ.
The only acceptable time and the only funny time, one of my favorite movies, Tropic Thunder. I'm the dude playing the dude that's playing another dude. Anyway, AJ, did you come up here to debate?
Yeah, explain to your audience how that's acceptable.
Sure.
But others isn't.
I've been explaining this whole time. Did you get up here?
Because you said it was all terrible, right?
No. Did you? Or how long have you been listening?
Except for one.
How long have you been listening?
A couple minutes.
Okay, maybe you missed it. I've already explained it. Anyway, so you came up here to debate?
I mean, I was debating that topic. You told that dude to come up here because he couldn't tell you an instance where it was acceptable, but you just proved yourself.
No, I didn't. See, again, you know what's so funny? This is what's so funny about you guys who try to white knight and shit. Like, the weirdest thing is when you come in halfway through a conversation, and then not only are you coming in halfway through a conversation, but you come in like strong and wrong. Like, you have no idea why I was calling the guy out and telling him to come up here, but you immediately heard something and it made your, fifis start to bubble up in your tum-tum. And so you said, well, he won't request up and defend it. I'll come up and defend it. That wasn't the case. But fine, Jeff. Like, I mean, what are you hoping to debate from what I was saying? I'm sorry, not Jeff, AJ. What are you hoping to debate from what I was saying?
Well, you were saying there was, white people only do blackface solely for racism when you yourself just said, that people can actually use it for comedy.
That's not what I said. Again, that's why I said, how long were you? Well, either one, you weren't listening. Two, you have a comprehension issue. Or three, you didn't hear what I said. It's fine. I'll repeat it one more time.
Go ahead.
I said the issue is when black people engage in it. It's in the vein of comedy, and they don't over exaggerate the negative aspects trying to portray harm. Where white people have a history of over-exaggerating the negative stereotypes of black people, i.e. over-exaggerating their features, big lips, slow draws, speaking as if they're stupid, and then just leaning into racist stereotypes. And so that's why I said that's the difference between what's happened. And then I was getting to what I said which was the only time that I've seen that funny and overwhelmingly accepted by the black community, because it wasn't a situation where it was trying to portray harm towards black people, but it was actual comedy. Mm-hmm. So that's what I was saying. So there wasn't racial stereotypes in Tropic. Like, can we be serious? There's so there's actual stereotypes in everything. Other circumstances. Did you hear any? Well, again, you said, fuck. See, this is the problem. I'm just hold saying, on. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just hold on for a second. If there was a scene. Hold on for 2 seconds. It's fine. I will go all the way back to the beginning just so I can actually. I heard what you said. You didn't. What did I say about comedians? What about you? I mean, just what you just say. You didn't know. You just say you didn't hear what I said about comedians.
If you had a whole ramble about comedians, I deny it.
Exactly. You came in here in the middle of a conversation thinking that you knew exactly what the fuck was going on, but you didn't. It's fine. Like I said,
how am I supposed to start a live stream from the beginning?
I don't give a fuck about that. I'm saying you're pretending as if you actually know, and you just showed up in the middle of the conversation. That's why I said, did you hear me? And then you said, well, you basically said what you said. I said, no, I didn't.
Well,
so again, that's why, yes, I got it. The point that I said was I give comedians, I said I give artists a lot of leeway because art is expressive. Art is supposed to push the boundaries. And when it comes to comedians specifically do that. So when it comes to the actual aspect of comedy, I'm willing to allow comedians to actually push the envelope more because you don't want to dictate someone's art because it's expressive.
Okay, my point is, if a scene from that movie came out today, I guarantee you would be against it. And that's the problem, is that you pick and choose what you want to victimize.
Okay. Yeah, so when it comes to whether things are acceptable or not acceptable based off of the time that we live in, that's a ever-evolving thing. That's not just scenes from movies, but like one of my favorite shows is The Office, right? And you talk about some of the things that they did and said in The Office, where if they tried to launch that actual show today, it would not be receptive. And so, yes, I think there's an understanding that when throughout history, when things have changed and there's been different enlightenments and understandings and things like that, then you have to evolve with the time. Hey, Debbie's in the chat. Thank you. Oh, holy shit, that's cool. You have to be willing to evolve with the time. So like the premise that, oh, if that came out today, then it wouldn't be accepted. Pretty sure. But again, it depends on the amount of time. Just like at one point, it was acceptable for men in offices to be overly touchy to women, like their secretaries. They could openly smack them on the ass and all this other stuff, and it wasn't a whole thing. But then as time passed on and women became more empowered, and it became unacceptable for men to do that or leverage their power. And then so they started trying to do that shit in private. And after the Me Too movement, women really started to call out the BS. So again, you can say that, oh, if it came out today, it wouldn't be acceptable. But it's about the actual time that we're in. Those things change. So your point's moot.
That's not the point, because my point is moot because you don't even understand the point, because you could say, yes, it was acceptable at that time, but then you could also go ahead and say, well, I don't support it, even though it was acceptable at a certain time. But you say you do still support RDJ, even though that it wouldn't be acceptable at this time.
Just like I just said one of my favorite shows is The Office.
So exactly. So
do people still read Huckleberry Finn?
Okay, so you do
answer the question. Do people still
stereotypes are funny?
Answer the question. Do people still watch Huckleberry? Do people still read Huckleberry Finn?
Yes, sure.
It has massively overreaching stereotypes and a bunch of N-words in it, right?
Yes, but it's just like if you knew Donald Trump was a sex offender, you would stop supporting him or stop being his friend, even though it was acceptable.
What does that have to do with expressing comedy and art?
Because you're picking and choosing what you want to be acceptable, even though you're saying, of course it wouldn't be acceptable for RDJ to do that now.
Wait, so how are you equating an actual actor performing a role in a movie to the president of the United States being an adjudicated rapist? That doesn't sound.
An example.
Well, your example's dog shit. Your example's dog shit. Would you like to try another?
Well, I thought it'd be something you could understand. Bro.
Well, I can understand way more than you, but would you like to try another?
Well, I'm just saying, like, so you can support Drewski doing this, which I do. I thought it was very funny. but you wouldn't support somebody like RDJ doing that role again today, would you?
No. You know why I would support Drewski?
That's crazy.
Wait. You know why I would support?
Crazy.
Wait. You know why I would support Drewski doing that? And this is one of my favorite things about. Him too. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You know, this is one of my favorite things about the whole Drewski situation. That like when I tell you Drewski is S tier with his comedy, his preparation, and his ability to pivot. You guys know what Drewski ended up doing? AJ, why do you think that people think this is wrong? I know you said you agree with what Drewski did, but why do you think people think that it's wrong?
I honestly only think people think it's wrong because they want to feel victimized, honestly. I think it's like they want to compare it to blackface.
Yeah, they do. And the whole thing is like, oh, they're saying that, you know, this is racist because this black man is doing this. And if this black man, can do this, and if there was a white man doing this, making fun of black people, then they would be in trouble. They would be canceled, blah, 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 blah. That's what they're saying, right?
I agree with what they're saying.
You do?
I think if somebody, a white man, even if it was for comedy, like we just discussed with RDJ, he would still get canceled. Like you just said, even if RDJ took that role today, he would get canceled.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous.
Yeah. You know what I love about Drewski? Drewski is funny as hell. And not only is he funny as hell, but he is always prepared. Drewski took time to go ahead and put this out. This is Drewski and his grandpa. Drewski is biracial. I love that for him. I love that, the fact that Drewski was like, oh, you guys are saying that I hate white people, that it's racist, da 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 da. Well, my grandpa loves it. My grandpa thinks it's hilarious. I'm not saying that Drewski didn't tokenize his grandpa for a gotcha, but what I will say is white people that are upset about what Drewski did with the skit with Erica Kirk, it's just because they want to be victims. They just want to be victims. That's all it is. They just want to be victims. And just like AJ just wanted to come up here. And AJ just wanted to come up here and cry and whine. And he didn't actually have anything. He just wanted to actually be a victim. So guess what, AJ? I'm tired of you being a victim. I don't give a shit about your pearl clutching. Would you like to debate, or are you done being dog walked?
I mean, I literally said I agree with the skit. I thought it was funny, but
that's fine. Would you like to debate, or are you done being dog walked?
It's so dumb.
Hey, would you like to debate, or are you done?
I mean, we were debating that. I mean, you just
we're not. No, you conceded. You fucking donut. The points on the background. Would you like to debate?
You said AJ said you support RDJ, but then you said
hey, would you like to debate a point on the background?
Sure, you added a new one that I
added multiple ones. Which point on the background do you disagree with the most?
Hold on, they're loading.
That's fine. We're going to do an introduction as you get that together and you figure out which point you actually want to debate. Guys, let's lock in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana, and guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. AJ, which point on the background do you disagree with the most? Where do you like to start?
Okay, can you clarify remove U.S. global presence? Like, what do you exactly mean?
Yeah, I think the United States has an overwhelming military presence throughout the globe, and I think that it's not necessary to have anywhere between 750 to 800 military bases. And so while I agree with continuing to take a defensive posture, supporting our allies and having influence in different areas depending on what's needed, I do not think that we should have the current level of overwhelming force in every single country.
Okay, so it's just strictly military?
Yes.
Okay.
Military and, destabilization of nations with like CIA and shit. So, but military.
Okay,
man.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. I would. So like why would you say you would want to cut ties with it?
I don't want to do that. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're looking for an actual debate. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
No, but I just want to say that I love you a lot and I respect what you do.
Thank you, guys. Please please only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cameron, which point do you disagree with the most? Where you like to start?
Yeah, remove white men from power.
Okay.
I think that's a racist statement in itself, brother.
Okay. All right. Would you like to tell me why you think that's a racist statement?
Yeah. Why remove white men from power? Dude, that just sounds like you just do not like white men, or that you think they're less, or they're more inferior to other men. That's not okay, man.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the case, then it wouldn't be okay. That's a good thing. That's not what I think or said or anything like that.
Why do you think we should remove white men from power? Because you think inherently that white men are racist.
Do you want to assume what I think, or would you like for me to tell you?
Go ahead, tell me.
Sure. So the premise as far as removing white men from power is solely based off of the history of our country. Our country's been around for about 250 years. And throughout the 250 years... And our country's ran
perfectly with white men in power. So,
Cameron, would you like for me to actually tell you, or do you want to just continue to say random shit while I'm talking?
Yeah, go ahead, Santana.
All right. So like I was saying, our country has been around for about 250 years, and throughout the 250-year history of our country, about 90% of all power in Congress has been held by white men, specifically stating the House, Senate, and the presidency. 90% of that has been white men. So if you take a look at the current place of our country, no matter if you are a Republican or a Democrat, the overwhelming factor has been white men. White men throughout the history have passed legislation that at times has benefited others, but more often than not has passed legislation that has disenfranchised those people that are marginalized. And while they will pass legislation to harm other people, they will never pass legislation that would marginalize them even more. So looking at where we are currently and understanding that we are on the edge of an existential crisis, literally collapse of the country by multiple key indicators, the only way that we can address this issue is by taking the keys away from the people that have had power the most and drove us to where we are currently, which is specifically white men.
Yeah, so what, you think we need a black president, I'm assuming?
Oh, I don't care. I'm not advocating for any race.
Yeah, you're literally disenfranchising the white men, bro. That's racist.
That's not racist,
that, bro. I'm a white man in America, and I'm a white man in America, and I am. and people are racist towards me just because I'm white, bro. Like just because of my skin color, bro. People think I'm racist. That's racist in itself,
Hide, partner. That's not racism. You don't hide, partner. You don't know what racism is.
Yeah, dude, I'm disrespected because I'm white, because of my history, because the ancestry that I have.
What's your ancestry?
Because, dude, I have ancestors that were masters, bro.
Yeah. What's race?
What is race?
Yeah.
Skin color.
No.
Yes, it is, bro.
Are there black people that are white?
That's biracial.
No. Are there black people that are white?
No, there's not.
Yes, there is. There's literally
mixed
black people that have.
I just said this.
There's no such thing as mixed people. I'm talking about black people that have the skin color of white people. That's what I'm saying.
Black people that have this, yeah, but they have like white parents.
No.
Bro,
So
are you okay?
I am perfectly fine. Can I be honest with you for a second, Cameron?
Go ahead, dude. Go ahead and enlighten me then.
Sure. You came in here and you're like really emotional right now, right? You have really big feelings because you feel attacked because you're a white man in America.
Yeah,
and
I am being attacked.
Can I finish my sentence? Can I finish my sentence? I need you to have a little bit of emotional constraint. I'm not cutting you off. I'm not, raising my voice. So I need you to bring it down an octave. Okay.
All right.
So the point that I'm getting to is that you're emotional because you think that this is personal to you. And Cameron, this is not personal to you. I don't know you. This is not personal to individual white men. I'm not calling out specific individual white men. I'm calling out white men as a whole. And hell, I'm even calling out white men that are my friends, white men that I think would actually do great in leadership.
You're generalizing a specific race, brother. That is racist.
It's not racist.
How?
Because you don't know what race nor racism is. Again, we've already established
I know what racism is. It's being prejudiced towards someone because of their skin color.
No, it's not. It's not. I go through this every single day, and you guys always make the same talking points. And when I tell you you don't know what race nor racism is because you guys truly don't. You think that you have an understanding of things because you have an elementary level and a very narrow outlook on life, and you think this is what it is. That's not. Race is a socially. Race is a. I'm gonna. No, it's not. I got you. Just stop. Race is a socially acceptable grouping of phenotypical characteristics that was created for the othering of non-white people. It was literally created for the justification of chattel slavery.
It's not societal.
That's what race.
It's objective. Race is objective, Santana.
What do you mean race is objective?
Race is objective. Like I can see you're a specific race. It's not something that was constructed by society.
It literally is. It's a social construct that was created for the othering of non-white people to justify chattel slavery. There's an actual person that created race. He has a name.
That? Who?
Gomez Inez de Zurara. He was a Portuguese man. He was a chronicler for Prince Henry the Navigator.
You have a source for that?
Yes, the Papa Bulls that were written to the Catholic Church prior to chattel slavery. He went to the Catholic Church. He got verification to engage in chattel slavery. He said that these black people are animalistic. They are from the lower hemisphere. They are hypersexual and they need to be civilized. And they published 2 Papa Bulls stating this. That's when they started categorizing people by race. And then they used it to justify chattel slavery and the transatlantic slave trade. Yes.
Okay, bro.
All of it is sourced. God damn. I swear. Listen, you sit here. No, stop. No, stop. You sit here and you come up here with so many big ass feelings and you think that you know things, but you haven't actually taken the time to look up not one fucking thing. And you think everything is racism where you don't even know what the fuck racism is.
Brother, I don't condone.
I don't give a fuck what you condone. I'm just telling you, you don't know what you're talking about.
Happened in your history. Just because
I don't, Cameron, when I tell you, Cameron, when I tell you, I don't give a shit what you condone, and I've never called you racist. I don't care about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying that you're sitting here speaking from a place of authority when you don't know the things, and I'm sitting here telling you, hey, you don't know the things.
Privilege. I have no privilege, Santana. I'm not white privilege. I get it. You think I'm white
Who
privilege?
the fuck said anything about white privilege? When did I say white privilege?
You just said I was coming in here acting all superior and shit with my big feelings and shit, acting all superior just because I'm white, but I'm not. So white men in power.
I didn't say that. That's what you heard because you're projecting. I said that you're coming in here and speaking from a position of authority when you don't know shit. Now, if you want to project on me that you think that I'm saying that you have quote unquote white privilege or you don't know what you're talking about because you're a white man, sure, I don't care. I didn't say those things. I'm just saying that you haven't taken the time to actually look up any of the shit that you're speaking on. That's my point.
There's no need. We need to remove white men from power. There's nothing wrong with white men inherently.
Can you specifically address the point that I made?
Which point? You made a lot of them.
The original point about why I say we should remove white men from power.
Yeah, I will say that because white men. I mean, I'm going to try to say this without trying to sound racist or prejudiced, but I think white men are objectively better leaders than a black man or Asian or a Mexican man, a Hispanic man, anybody.
Mexican men and Hispanic men aren't a race
in America. We own America.
Wait, stop for a second, Cameron. So you think that just because white men sit at the top of the patriarchal system that they are somehow inherently better leaders?
Yeah, we're naturally cleaner. We're smarter.
You're literally not. Hey, Cameron, when you take a shower, do you wash your legs?
I do.
You sure about that? Because you know that's the thing. You know there's a whole internet craze where white people were coming out talking about how they don't wash their legs, right?
Bro, it's literally known that white people smell the best.
No, they don't.
Are smarter.
No, they don't. Did you know? Did you know that black people actually had to teach white people how to bathe? Did you know that?
Stink in the cold.
Did you know that? Did you know that in Europe they thought that it was a sign of royalty to not shower? Where there were actual queens who only took a bath once or twice a year because it was a distinguished thing to not shower. Cameron, do you know your history? Cameron, do you know why they used to wear high heels? Do you know why they used to why men used to wear high heels when they had like the powder wigs and all this other shit? You know why they used to wear high heels?
Why is that?
Because they used to shit themselves. Nope. Listen, you said, why is that? Nope. They used to shit themselves. No, listen, I know. Listen, you want to try to get your racist bullshit off, but now you're mad that I'm calling you out because 1, you aren't who you think you are. 2, you can't whitewash your history to pretend something else. And 3, I know more than you. They used to shit on the streets. And the reason why they wore high heels is because they didn't want to get the shit all on their feet. That's why they wore high heels. You know why they used to wear the powder wigs? You know why they used to wear the powder wigs? They wore the powder wigs because they had fucking lice. They all had lice so bad that was the only way for them to be out in public without lice jumping everywhere. So when you try to actually tell this bullshit about when you try to talk about this bullshit, when you say, oh, you know, white people are cleaner, you're fucking playing yourself. Now you want to try to lean into some racist bullshit. And I've only told you about your history. I can prove everything that I'm saying. You just want to lean into racism because you're mediocre. You came up here and you wanted to debate something that you know nothing about. The only thing that you did was lean into your fucking feelings. But guess what, Cameron? I don't care about your feelings. I only care about the facts. Now, if you want to address the actual facts with actual information, then we can go from there. But if you want to continue to whine, cry, and engage in racism, then I'm just going to continue to clown and dog walk you that way. I don't give a fuck which one. Either engage in the point or we can get on some gangster shit. I don't care. Pick.
No, I want to have a civil debate, but you're
okay. So then directly address what I said about the 250-year history of our country, how power has been held by 90% white men, and how there's been legislation that has directly negatively impacted any people that are not white men. Yes.
Give me an example of some legislation that has done that, please.
Sure. I'll give you a current piece of legislation, or i.e. a current piece of law that has been overturned that has disenfranchised a whole section of people. The fact that Donald Trump put 3 Supreme Court justices in place to overturn Roe v. Wade, which disenfranchised millions of women by taking away access to health care.
Who cares, bro? I'm against abortion, bro. Abortion.
No one cares. No one cares. No one cares about you because do you have a uterus?
No, I don't have a uterus. Okay, bro.
So it's not something that affects you, bro. No, it's something that no. I'm not worried about getting laid, you donut. I'm married. I'm just better than you as far as explaining this. You don't know anything. You don't.
Women just want to sleep around, dude.
No,
women just want to sleep around.
Sure. Stop. Let's do this. Perfect. Women want to sleep around. Hold on. Yeah, I know you do. That's why you don't get buns. You're up here, you're a fucking incel. All you do is whine and cry. No one cares about that. Lock in for me. Cameron, you've already established that you don't have a uterus. You've already established that you believe that abortion is murder. And you think that women want to quote unquote sleep around. Cool. Got it. Cameron, got a question for you. If you had the ability to institute a nationwide abortion ban where you could make it illegal for abortions, would you support that?
Where I can make it illegal for abortions on the federal level?
Yeah.
With one exception.
Okay. What's your exceptions?
The medical exception.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
But then yes.
Okay. Perfect. So life of the mother, but not incest or rape.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. And just to understand your perspective as far as like why you think this about abortion, is it rooted in your religion? Is it rooted in the Constitution? Where do you ground your premise as far as abortion?
Abortion is rooted in my inherent morality, man. I just don't.
Right, but where's your morality set?
Hold on, dude. Let me.
No. Because you're saying, wait, I don't want you to just like randomly say stuff. I need to. That's exactly what I'm trying to get to.
This is your
morality. That's fine. I just want to know where your morality is rooted. Is it rooted in your religion, the Constitution?
It's rooted in dealing with consequences of your actions, brother.
So again, your morality. How is your morality shaped?
Christian.
Okay, perfect. So it's rooted in your religion. And so, all right, perfect. So understanding your morality is rooted in your religion, and you would actually support a nationwide abortion ban. And the only exception that you would give is for life of the mother. I have a better idea than an abortion ban. I actually have something that would fix all of this, and you wouldn't have to worry about any of that.
Let's hear it, bro.
Mandatory vasectomies.
No, dude.
Why? Wait. Hold on. Do you know what a vasectomy is?
Yes, dude. It's where you cut something so you can't have a kid.
Okay. Hold on. Let me explain it a little bit more. Because I know on its face it may not sound like a good idea, but I promise you, I've thought about this. I've done the math.
That shit hurts, right, bro. I've had someone that had one.
It doesn't. So let me run through this with you. Mandatory vasectomies. 1, vasectomies are safe, effective, and efficient. They're outpatient surgery. Today is Saturday. You could go get a vasectomy today and be hooping by Tuesday. It's an outpatient surgery. It's quick and simple. It's less expensive than an abortion. And it's something that targets the root cause of the issue, meaning it addresses the issue versus an actual symptom. Now, it's reversible as well.
What if I want to have a kid one day?
Hold on, I'm covering that. I got you. It's reversible as well, up to 5 years. In typical, it's reversible at the same level up to 5 years. Now, after 5 years, it's still reversible, but the level decreases slightly depending on the individual. Now, what's also a catch-22 is you can freeze your sperm prior to the vasectomy, meaning that if you don't even want to have the vasectomy reversed, you can still have kids while not having the vasectomy reversed. So literally, you can do that, right? It's something that would directly address the issues that we have. We can eliminate the idea of abortions. We don't have to worry about women, all of this other stuff. It is the best solution. So now, Cameron, tell me that doesn't sound better than instituting an abortion ban.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that if what you're saying is true and factual. Yeah, I wouldn't be totally opposed to that. Yeah. I just don't want to see women get pregnant and go get an abortion.
Well, and again, so you would be advocating for that. Yeah, you would be advocating for a nationwide a mandatory vasectomy, because like even with the vasectomy, like I said, it's safe and efficient. It's more safe and efficient than birth control, than the shot, than IUD. Like it's more safe than any of those things. Like those types of birth control alter the physical and chemical makeup of women. Also, let's be honest, the closest women are to death is while they're pregnant. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's why I give the medical exception.
Yeah, yeah. So if we want to address the actual issue that you have, then you and I together as men, because the only way this is going to happen is by men actually standing up together. Both of us need to be advocating for mandatory vasectomies. We have to stop talking about abortions and start talking about mandatory vasectomies. Can I get your buy-in to stop talking about abortions and start focusing on mandatory vasectomies?
Why isn't this brought up in legislation at all?
Ooh, easy. Because they don't care about legislating men's body. They only want to legislate women's bodies.
Bro, but an abortion is different than a vasectomy, because after 5 years, you can reverse it, apparently.
Exactly. I agree. It is different. I'm the one that just told you that.
Bro, I don't condone abortion, bro.
Right. But again, I don't understand why we would care about abortion if we can fix the root cause of the issue. Hey, question. Can a woman get pregnant without the man's sperm?
Can a woman get pregnant without the men's sperm?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So if we stop the sperm from being transmitted, then doesn't that completely cut out the talk of abortion?
I mean, yeah, potentially.
Okay. So again, it would be more advantageous for us to focus on men and actually restricting what men do than worrying about women, because not only do men have to give their sperm, but all of these things are easier fixes than actually worrying about women and their bodies, because abortion is healthcare. There's like ectopic pregnancies, DNCs, all of this other stuff.
Santana, get with the program,
it literally is. You don't understand actual women in healthcare, but that's fine. I don't even want to really talk about women. I'm just saying there's so many conversations around that. Hold on. There's so many conversations around women, and people don't understand the medical aspect of it. It's so much easier and simpler and better to worry about men. So you and I need to lock the fuck in and only worry about men.
How's abortion healthcare?
You and I need to lock the fuck in and worry about men. We don't even have to talk about abortion if we can get people on board with mandatory vasectomy. It's not a problem. It's not, Cameron, it's not a problem if we had mandatory vasectomies.
But we don't have mandatory vasectomy.
Exactly. So that's why we need to focus on that. That's why we need to focus on mandatory. We need to, if this is really, what up, Zeus? If this is really a problem that you care about, because you seem like you're passionate about this. So if you're really passionate about this and you really care about this, then we need to be focusing on this. It's something that not enough people are talking about. We need to be screaming this at the top of our lungs. We need to be marching down Pennsylvania Avenue together, locked arm in arm, Republicans, Democrats, men, saying that we demand mandatory vasectomies. Like the problem, the reason why they're not talking about this is because it absolutely does. The reason why people are focusing on abortion is because there's not enough people focusing on mandatory vasectomies. That's our responsibility, Cameron. And if you don't focus now, after you've already admitted that it's logical, that it has the additional benefits, that it will actually address the call. If you, for some reason, address the calls, if you, for some reason, decide that you want to continue to talk about abortion instead of talking about mandatory vasectomies, then Cameron, you're just a hypocrite. And you don't want to be a hypocrite, right?
Yeah, I have a problem with mandatory vasectomies.
Tell
actually,
me.
now that I think about it a little bit. So for an abortion, I mean, it's a consequence of the women to get an abortion. As a man, why do I need a mandatory vasectomy when I'm not doing anything wrong?
Why are you
getting
talking?
an abortion
Wait.
is inherently wrong, bro.
Got it. Hold on. That's fine. Hold on. So you've already said that the root cause is the men delivering their sperm, and women can't get pregnant without the men.
Well, the root cause is the woman opening her legs being.
I got you, Cameron. That's fine. That's fine. I know you don't like women. Lock in for me for a second with this. Cameron, in typical, within a 30-day span,
women are whores.
Hey, Cameron, stop saying random shit and lock in.
All right.
In typical, in a 30-day span, how often can women get impregnated within a 30-day span in typical?
Like off and on?
In typical within a 30-day span, yes.
I'd say one time.
There's an optimal
during their cycle. Their menstrual cycle and all that shit. So one time.
No, it's the ovulation cycle, not the menstrual cycle.
All right, ovulation cycle. Dude, I'm not a woman, bro. I don't study this. All I know is
but wait. If you're not a woman and you don't study this, then why again? This is the second time that I've said that you're speaking
murder. That's effectively what I do.
You can't. Okay, that's fine. We'll talk about this, but you keep saying stuff when you're speaking as if you're an authority when you don't know the stuff. So just stop speaking like you are so adamantly right when you don't know the thing. It's fine. I got you. So it's normally during an ovulation window, which depending on women, it can change, but on average is about 3 days. And there's one peak day for ovulation where women can get pregnant. So in typical, there's about one time out of 30 days that a woman can get pregnant. So out of 365 days, out of 12 months, 1 year, in typical, how many opportunities is there for a woman to get pregnant, Cameron?
In 365 days?
Yes.
12 times.
Perfect. So once a woman is pregnant for that one time, in typical, how long does the pregnancy last?
9 months.
10 months. 10 months, but yeah. So usually between 10 to 11 months, right? So 10 to 11 months. So in typical, we would say that women can get pregnant maybe about once a year. Is that a fair statement?
Like if they have the baby.
Yeah, in typical, if they have the baby and they wait, they can about once a year. Got it. All right, perfect. So we've already determined that a woman can be pregnant and have a baby in typical once a year.
All right.
Men, out of a 30-day period, how many days can a man get an individual woman, not the same woman, an individual woman pregnant within the 30-day span?
30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So what, bro? Where are you going with this, man?
I just need you to answer the question in 1 second. Lotus, no, I'm not interested in having you come up. I have friends that are here that if I wanted to get someone up, I would get them up. I got this. In typical, in a 30-day span, how often can a man impregnate an individual woman?
In a 30-day span?
Yes.
30 times.
Perfect. So in a 365-day span, 1 year.
365 days.
Perfect. So if we can agree that a woman in typical can have one baby every year, but yet a man can create 365 babies every year, wouldn't it be more feasible to address the person that can make 365 lives instead of one life?
I mean, dude, but you got to account for like abortions that these women are having, man. Like these women will get pregnant.
Again, you don't have to worry about the abortions if you do mandatory vasectomies. That's why I've been advocating for that. So if you eliminate the person that can impregnate someone 365 times, then you don't have to worry about those abortions.
Okay. I mean, yeah, dude, I'm not totally opposed to a mandatory vasectomy. I mean, if it would potentially save lives of a fetus, you know, I mean, I would be acceptable to that.
So again,
however,
instead of you actually
got to realize, man, mandatory vasectomies aren't in legislation yet, so we got to focus on the abortions right now.
No, we don't. Again, the reason why mandatory vasectomies aren't in legislation right now is because people keep talking about the wrong thing. Instead of talking about abortions, we need to be talking about mandatory vasectomies. Instead of saying women, we need to be saying men. We need to get this mainstream. We need to get this to our Congress. We need to get people like you on board. We need people on the left. We need people on the right. We need men championing this issue, and men continue to talk about women's body is not going to get this done. The only way that we're going to get this done is if we have men focusing on men and correcting the actual problem. That's why it's not legislation right now, Cameron, because they keep trying to Jedi mind trick you into thinking about women. Oh, women. It's not about women, bro. It's about me and you. It's about, hey, Cameron, women, right? Right? Women. Let's not even worry about those pesky women. Let's focus on the men.
How long have you been advocating for this?
For as long as you nerds keep coming up here wanting to tell me about abortion. I'm like, that doesn't even fucking make sense.
But right now, as of right now, do you condone the ability to have an abortion as a woman?
Yeah.
See, that's where we can debate on, because
No, we can't. Because again, you want to keep talking about the actual symptom. I want to talk about the root cause. I don't care what, neither one of us have uteruses, right? There's not a uteri in sight, not a uteri for the eyes to be seen. What benefit does it give for two men to sit on a TikTok live and talk about women, their bodies, and their uteruses, their uteri, when neither one of us have that? That's like, that would literally be like me and you sitting here arguing over the fact that a Bugatti is faster than a Ducati, when neither one of us have a Bugatti or a Ducati, and neither one of us will ever have a fucking Bugatti or a Ducati. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. We can talk about things that we can really address, like why I think a Camaro's better than a Charger, but why the fuck are we talking about Bugattis and Ducatis?
Well, dude,
for anyone saying what's a Ducati, the Ducati is like the motorcycle version. Anyway, go ahead.
I think that women are more inferior to men. So
yeah,
I
but
think
you only say you only say that because you only have fifis in your tum tum. Like you've already said that you don't know. Like you prove. Hey, Cameron, how many holes do women have below the waist?
3.
Okay. I'm surprised you got that one. Where does a conception occur?
When does conception occur?
Where?
The urethra.
Like I said, Cameron, I don't think there is any actual need for you and I to specifically talk about women, and you can actually,
Bro, dude, just because I don't know a woman's anatomy does not mean I don't know that women are less superior to men, bro.
Okay,
men
so
build Rome. Men build buildings. Men are better leaders. Men
wait, hold on.
Women.
Wait. No. That's listen. First and foremost, you don't get to have sex. You're a fucking incel, and you're just mad because women don't like you. Like if you wanted a woman, no, you don't. No, you don't. Your fucking hand, Pamela doesn't count. Pamela doesn't count. You don't get any buns and you're fucking mad. I understand. I would be sexually frustrated too, but I need you to lock the fuck in. It maybe if you didn't have such a shit personality, women would like you. Like if you actually worried about yourself.
Funny?
If you no. You're not funny. You're not funny. You're not intelligent. Yeah. How tall are you, Cameron?
6'1".
You're fucking lying. You're fucking lying.
I'm not lying. I'm 6'1".
Swear to God on your mother life. Say, if I'm not 6'1", I hope that God strikes my mother dead. Say it.
All right, dude. I'm 5'5".
Exactly. Cameron, how much do you weigh?
180.
You're 5'5", 180. Are you college educated?
Muscle, bro, man. I'm in the gym, bro.
Are you college educated?
Yes, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology.
You said you have what?
A master's in psychology.
Wait, hold on.
Why the fuck you lying? Why
do,
you
bro.
always lying?
Ask me any question about psychology.
Stop your fucking lying.
So why did you wait? Why did you go from having a bachelor's degree in psychology to a master's degree in psychology?
Because I forgot I went back to school when I got my 4 years.
You forgot that you went back to school. I have been in school a lot. I have never forgotten that I went back to school. How the fuck do you forget that you? How the fuck did you forget that you went back to school?
I have PTSD from the military. I have forgetful issues.
How much money do you make a year, Cameron?
80 grand.
Okay. Are you currently employed?
Yes.
Okay. So, Cameron, you are sitting here criticizing women when you're 5'5", 180 pounds. You say you're all muscle. Okay, cool. Sure. But then you claim to have a bachelor's degree, but you forgot about your master's degree. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Say maybe you have a bachelor's, maybe, and you make 80 grand a year. But yet for some reason, you have a shit personality, right? You don't know a lot about anything, at least from what you've been able to exhibit so far on this live. You don't know much about anything. And you have impulse controls. You're very emotional. Like, tell me what makes you...
Anything, bro? What do I not know anything about?
You didn't know shit about racism. You don't know anything about women's reproductive systems. You just know the fifis in your tum-tum.
I'm not a woman, dude.
Exactly. But again, if I wanted to actually advocate against or for something, I would know what I'm advocating against or for, not just my feelings. So again, you have all of those things, but yet you think that a woman would want you. Hey, Cameron, what do you actually bring to the table?
My dick is 10 inches. I make good money.
Hold on. Cameron, can you see me right now?
Yes.
Okay. Swear to God on your mother's life and say you hope that God strikes your mother dead. That if you swear to God on your mother, let God strike your mother dead. That if you're not lying about having a 10-inch dick, swear.
All right, man. It's 4 inches.
I don't give a fuck how big it is. It's just weird for you to say that. Like, that was so fucking
like that, man.
That was so fucking weird. That's why you don't have any women, because you can't stop being fucking weird. Like, dude, no.
You're telling me you never lied about your cock size to get
no. Why? You know why? You know why I don't have to lie about that?
Why?
Because I have a fucking personality and I respect women.
I make a lot of money.
And I'm married. I have a gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful wife. I'm not.
I make 80 grand and I'm in Alabama. So I make a good money to where cost of living is. So, I mean, that's something I bring to the table.
Your money, you don't. 80 grand, sure. Just because you can't. You literally can't. You are sitting here bashing women.
80 grand is decent in Alabama, bro. I could say
in fucking Alabama. Are you trying to marry your sister wife? Who are you trying to marry? Also, I need you to lock the fuck in right here, right now. I need you to lock the fuck in. It's not the women that's the problem.
And women shouldn't make their own money.
Cameron,
women shouldn't make their own money.
Cameron, lock the fuck in. Cameron,
men should
shut up and lock in.
Men
lock in. Lock in. You can't even say that because you make fucking 80K a year.
That's decent.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. 80K a year. Stop. 80K. Hold on. Stop. 80K a year. Listen to what I'm saying, Cameron. 80K a year for two people. 80K a year is pretty decent for an individual. You're sitting here saying that a woman shouldn't be able to make her own money, and you're bringing fucking 80K. You think are you planning on finding someone in Alabama? Because first and foremost, it's going to be damn hard to get a woman to move to Alabama, but unless you plan on staying in Alabama and finding a woman that's in Alabama, fucking sucks. It ranks at the bottom.
Good sports.
It ranks at the bottom of healthcare, education, income, all those fucking categories. That makes no sense.
You got good sports.
Sure. Sure. Who gives a shit when you can't get healthcare? Who gives a shit when you are undereducated? Who gives a shit when you can't make more money? So the point that I'm getting to, Cameron, the point that I'm
free healthcare.
That's fine. I need you to listen. I need you to just like lock in and really listen to what I'm saying. The problem isn't women, Cameron. It's you. You're literally the problem.
Yeah, how am I the problem?
Because you have low emotional intelligence.
I don't.
You've been lashing out this entire time, Cameron. Like you came up emotionally charged because you thought that I was personally attacking you because you're a white man. Like you exhibit no impulse control this entire. I've had to mute you because you keep interrupting me. You've showed that you have very low emotional intelligence. Cameron, do you go to therapy?
Yes.
How often?
Every 2 weeks.
How's that working out for you?
It's going great, dude.
Okay. Well, if you're not lying about that, then that's a step in the right direction. That's absolutely a step in the right direction.
Women are below men. How are you going to dispute this? You're a man.
I'm disputing it because
your own kind.
Listen, I'm disputing it because you haven't given me anything except men built Rome. Ooh, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about quote unquote men building Rome? Yeah, sure. Hey, sure. Wait. Oh, okay. See, this is why I say you don't know shit, Cameron. Hey, Cameron. Tell me what an alpha male is.
It's a man that is a good leader. It's a man that is strong, intelligent, safe to be around. It's a man that'll get shit done, that'll fight for you, that'll fucking serve the country, that'll die for this country. It's a fucking man. The word man is the epitome of alpha male. You are a beta, Santana. You're a fucking beta.
Yeah, well, I'm also 6'3.5" and 280. So like, compared to you, I would be a quote unquote alpha, right? Anyway, that's not the point. Listen, where is the premise of being a quote unquote alpha? Where did that come from?
Andrew Tate.
Hey, you remember how I said you don't know anything?
All right, enlighten me. Where did it come from, Santana?
It's literally a scientific study that was completed on a pack of wolves. Like it's literally a premise that was derived from a pack of animals. Like, oh my God. See,
Andrew Tate elaborated on it. Andrew Tate made it what it is.
Partner.
Alpha males, dude.
Wait, do
I
you
follow
think
Tate? I'm in his program.
Wait. Are you trolling?
I swear I'm being serious. On everything I love, dude, I'm being serious.
This is a problem right there. This is literally a problem right there. You are fixated and listening to this actual person who is an actual rapist, like him and his brother.
Tate?
Yes.
He wasn't convicted.
Listen, the UK found him guilty.
They proved him innocent.
No, they didn't.
Yes, he did. They were OnlyFans.
Okay, stop
They
for a
were
second.
whores trying to get his money.
Stop for a second. Like, you know what? Stop. Just fucking stop. I got you. Because again, you're proving that you don't know shit about shit. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, this is so embarrassing. You come up here and you make all men look bad. Like, we already look bad as fuck. But you come up here and you say shit.
I'm trying to save us.
No, you're not, because you're stupid and you don't know shit. Just stop. Just stop. 1 second. Mm-hmm. So
also, Kamala Harris slept her way to the top, everybody. That's why.
Shut the fuck up, Cameron. Just shut up. You beta cuck. Just shut up. You literally don't know shit. You're a beta. You're a soy boy. You're a beta soy boy cuck. Now what?
How?
Exactly. You're not a man. Because if a man respects women, a man understands emotional intelligence, a man deals with facts and logic and actually listens to learn and understand versus standing on fuck all without knowing anything. You're literally a beta. You're a beta cuck boy. So stop.
Let me finish, bro.
No, I do not give you permission to speak. I will tell you when you can speak. So the Tate brothers are actually, there's 38 charges connected with the sex trafficking ring that was set for, it's from 2024. So I do want to correct myself. They haven't been convicted yet. There's still, the UK still has the charges open.
Oh, they haven't been convicted yet.
No, you said that they were found innocent.
I said they were not convicted.
You said they were found innocent. So you said they were found innocent. So the point that I made is that they still have 38 charges open, and as of 2 days,
innocent until found guilty.
As of 2 days, there's new charges. So the point that I'm making is that you. Sure, I see your message. Guys, for anyone in the chat that's saying that, like, oh, this conversation, I'm having the conversation. I apologize if anyone feels like this isn't a conversation that you should be had. I understand if you need to scroll out for a moment for your safety or your peace of mind, then please go ahead and do it. But like, I want to finish it. Shut the fuck up, Cameron. Shut up. Shut up.
I'm making good points.
You're not making anything.
Scared of the truth.
Shut up.
Scared of the truth.
Shut up. I understand scrolling out for your peace of mind. If you have to do that, that's fine. I understand. I'm going to finish the conversation. So if you guys have to leave, like, I get it. But I'm going to finish this conversation. The point that I'm making is that you are literally championing someone who has 38 counts of rape charges, and you're like placing this person up as the ideal person. And you're actually engaging in the sense that like this person is someone that should be followed. And you're saying that he came up with the idea of a quote unquote alpha, when literally this goes back to scientific study that was proven wrong. And that was my entire point. Like the scientific study was proven wrong. And even the person that did the study came out and said that the idea of a quote unquote alpha within nature was wrong. So the premise that you're basing your existence off is a fucking lie. You need to reevaluate yourself. Now, Cameron, Corey used her tag me in, which is a feature that is allowed for subscribers, members, people who are subscribed to the platform in one way or the other, where they get the ability to come up. And as long as I don't have another friendly on the panel, they get to debate the person that they're speaking to, or I'm speaking to. So, Cameron, I'm going to give the floor to Corey. Corey is not only up here to use her tag me in, but Corey is a super mod of mine. So be respectful, because she does have the ability to mute the shit out of you, and I will be doing the same. Corey, the floor is yours.
Hey, so I give.
Shut the door, Zeke.
Shut up. Don't.
Shut the door.
So
It's fine. I'll sit on this mute, Corey.
I was talking to my son.
I want to go back, because the reason why I requested up to begin with is the very specific sentence that he said when he was going on his tangent about why men are above women. And I want to know what makes this man in particular think that in any way, shape, or form he would be above any woman. Because from what I've heard from him so far, yeah, I don't think that that's a thing. So go ahead and tell me what makes you above any woman. Me.
Yeah, above you or any woman.
Sure.
Let's see. I'm stronger. I can lift more. I'd be.
How much do you lift?
Hold on. Let me finish before I get cut off, because you're emotional.
How much do you lift?
That's another reason women are more emotional than men.
Shut the fuck up. How much do you
I
lift?
bench 255.
No, the fuck you don't.
Okay, I bench 280. So,
nah, dude, that's a lie.
Got you there. Next.
That's a lie.
Next.
That's a lie. Why are you lying, dude? Just don't lie when you know you're less than me.
Go ahead
you're
and
a freaking woman.
What's your next point?
You're a woman.
I am.
A man would.
Hey, Cameron. I bench more than you. I'm taller than you. Shut up and respect Corey.
Okay.
Answer the question. Shut up and answer the question. Shut up and answer the questions directly. Go ahead, Corey.
All right, you want me to tell you another reason why?
Yeah.
A man is more suitable to protect this country more than a woman. I wouldn't trust a woman on the battlefield with me to save my life. I served in the military, and all my buddies were scared that a woman would let us die and let us get shot, because a woman wouldn't take the shot if a Taliban was staring down the scope at you in the desert. A man would take that shot. A man would be aggressive and take the shot and save my life. That's another reason. That's a valid reason.
You know what a woman wouldn't do?
All a woman is for sexual pleasure. That's all they're good for. That's all they are.
It's too bad for you then,
Go
because
ahead,
I don't
Corey.
see that happening for you anytime soon. So I'm going to tell you all the reasons that I can tell you women are better leaders. I am one. I'm in an administrative position. I own my home. I own my car, and I've never needed a single help, any bit of help from a man ever in my life.
Cap.
Hey.
Okay,
hey,
sure.
Hold on 1 second, Corey. Cameron, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The only reason that you're still up here right now is because Corey's talking to you. All right? Like, I swear that's the only reason that you're here now. So please stop. Drop the bullshit. If you make one more, shut up. Shut up and listen. I'm being very sincere right now. Engage in earnest. Stop with the fucking gross comments and have the conversation with Corey. Corey is literally the only reason that you're up here. Cut the fucking gross shit and actually speak as a person, not as some fucking brainwashed loser, but a person. Do you understand?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just really wanted to drive the point home that it's very clear that this man who thinks that he is so above women in general, he came up here and immediately lied. And how tall did he say he supposedly was?
6'1".
But he expected to believe all the other shit that he said? Yeah, okay, buddy. I'm sure that you can bench at least 50, maybe. But I'm not buying anything that you said.
You're
It started
obese.
with a lie.
Hey, Cameron. Okay. Corey, did you have anything else for him?
No, I just wanted
Kick
to...
me, then, nigger. I don't give a shit. Fuck
Oh, STR.
Because you know,
Cameron, I know. Listen. I know. See, now, guys, don't worry about this. I got it. So this is the thing, Cameron. You actually slurring, right? Calling me a nigger. Ooh, you've already showed that you're an insignificant, short, fat piece of shit. You're broke, you're stupid, and you get no women. It's because, shut up. It's because you're a cuck. You're a beta cuck. You thinking that you could just slur and that would make me mad. Guess what? I'm not emotional like you. You literally are, shut up. You're in your feelings because you're nothing. Cameron, you're nothing. You're a nobody and you'll always be a nobody. That's why women don't like you. That's why people don't like you. You're just a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. And this is why you're sitting here crying on the internet. And at this point, Cameron, I know, God bless these nuts in your mouth. Your God doesn't fuck with you. You're going to hell because you're a piece of shit. Yes, you're going to hell because you're a piece of shit. Corey, I'm sorry that you had to experience that.
That's okay. I just feel bad for his parents. Should have been a crusty sock.
Yeah. Oh, well, Corey, I appreciate you coming up. Oh, man. You know, I can deal with racism. Like, I have no issue with dealing with racism. Like, that's literally not an issue for me. But what is an issue is stupid people. Like, that's the problem. FYI, I didn't drop him because he called me a nigger. FYI, I dropped him and banned him because he had completely devolved into no longer being able to say anything. There's plenty of people that have come up here and called me the N-word before, and I didn't just drop them. I don't drop people because they just call me the N-word. It was because of everything else, and he literally had nothing else. So, FYI. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Also, I got a bunch of thank yous. I'm like way behind, but I want to see if we can get another debate before I get to that. So only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. I think this person's going to load.
Hello?
Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Everybody go to Parker's Live. Go to Parker's Live. Go to...
So you decided to come up and be weird. You guys are fucking, like, the fucking weirdest. Like, I don't understand any of you guys. That was in chat, Terry. Thank you so much for the league basket. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Mickey, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Okay, I'm gonna drop you down. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, two things.
Okay. What do you disagree?
Remove US global presence. I can start with that. What do you mean? You mean like cutting ties completely with everyone around us, like Taiwan, Israel, Europe?
No. Have I spoken with you before?
Yeah, we spoke in 2 times.
Did I speak with you yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday we did.
Didn't we already talk about this?
No, we talked about white men in power.
Okay. Give me a minute to say thank you to a couple of people, and then I guess we can talk about it. I'm way behind, so there's a lot to catch up on. W's in the chat for Gloria for the $2 super chat to say, pre-purchasing you a drink. I'm sure you'll need it. Absolutely. W's in the chat for Sophie for the 4-month membership super chat to say thank you for the great work that you do, introducing me to so many great creators. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Sin for the $4.99 super chat to say my favorite show is on. Good morning and thank you in advance for keeping me awake during mandatory OT. Holy smokes. W's in the chat for Aunt Pickle for the $2 super chat to say what are your thoughts on Blazing Saddles? I like Blazing Saddles and Rifleman and Tombstone. W's in the chat for Sophie for the $5 Canadian to say, touching women inappropriately was never acceptable. It was normalized at the time. Important distinction. You do good work, Santana. Exactly. That's a great call out. Thank you for that. W's in the chat for Muzi for the $5 super chat to say, if you ever need a break from taking out the trash all the time, even on other people's stream, thank you. Please take it. I will. And I do. I really do. W's in the chat for Thick Frog for the $9.99 super chat to say, it's called white fragility. They can't handle the fact that there's still racism in this world and they don't know the first thing about race or racism. They really don't. That was in the chat for Queen for the $5 super chat to say, notice he had to separate and say your history when talking about slavery after saying his family owned slave. Exactly. Like he was trying to get that off the entire time. That was in chat for Muzi for the $5 super chat to say, did this coward just say they hurt, bro? Like pregnancy doesn't. That's a whiny little snowflake with no pain tolerance. Toughen up, bub. He was a snowflake crash out all around. W's in the chat for Sin for the $4.99 super chat to say, if you hate women, why do you care so much about what they do with their bodies? Mind your own business. They can't. W's in the chat for XCan, who became a member over on YouTube. W's in the chat for Zumba for the $4.99 super chat to say, this is the reason conservatives don't want sex education in schools so they can push uneducated agenda on abortion. Exactly. W's in the chat for Sid, who sent a $10 super chat to say, Cameron sounds like men a little. It sounds like he likes men a little too much. Men don't protest. The man doth protest too much. Methinks. W's in chat for One Mighty Pen for the $5 super chat to say, does this guy not know that believing all this propaganda makes him a follower? So he made himself a beta? Big facts. W's in the chat for XCan, who sent a $4.99 super chat to say, you are less than basic. Yes, he absolutely was. W's in the chat for all the super chats. Like there's a ton of donations as well, but I want to get to the debate, so I'm not going to read those out just yet, but I will be reading out all the donations. Hi, Loogie, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Jen, I'm going to drop you since you and I've already talked. I'm going to talk to this other person. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks to you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Keep tapping the screen as well. And I'm sorry, did I say your username correctly?
Luigi? Yes, okay.
Luigi?
Luigi, that's fine.
Luigi, got it. Yeah. Luigi, which point on the background do you disagree with the most? Where you like to start?
Remove white men from power.
Okay. Why do you disagree with removing white men from power?
Initially, it's racist because it says white men. Why can't we say just remove bad people from power instead of saying white men? that's from the beginning. When you look at it, it's racist. It's discriminatory.
It's not racist.
Well, because it's a white man, so this is saying like the rest of the people, the non-white people, are better because who do we want in power? We want good people in power. So
anyone except white men.
Why?
Because white men overwhelmingly perpetuate the harm throughout the history of our country. And again, it's not racist. Like, that's not how racism works. You guys need to stop saying that.
Well, because when you talk about a particular race in a certain way, and you label the whole group because of the behavior of a small group, this is why I'm saying it's discriminatory. And then one thing also.
Wait, I'm not labeling. I'm not making this statement based off of a small group. I'm making this based off of the overwhelming history of white men within our 250 years of our country.
Okay, let me tell you something. Did you know that when you were selling the slave, it were black men? We were selling those.
Show me a bill of sale. Show me a bill of sale.
A bill of sale? A
bill of sale, yes. Show me any documentation of a bill of sale.
Well, if you have to present document for everything, that's
no. With chattel slavery, with the transatlantic slave trade, they documented everything. They documented the ships. They documented the amount of people that they had. They documented who they were sold to once they actually got to the Americas. They documented all of those things. Show me the bill of sale from where the people in Africa sold those black people. Tell me anywhere I can find a bill of sale. They documented everything. They literally wrote down the reason why they were doing this. They documented everything. So you're telling me that they have a detailed documentation of this entire process, but they left this thing out.
Well, because when you read a history book, is a storybook linked to
I don't care about the anecdotal BS that you're giving me. I just want you, if you're standing on the claim. Yes, I do. And I'm perfectly fine with accepting if you can show me a bill of sale. If you can show me a bill of sale, I'm willing to accept that. But if you can't show me a bill of sale, then it's anecdotal and I don't give a fuck about it.
Well, I mean, you can choose not to ignore that.
Because you don't know, because you're wrong. You're wrong, Bub. Like, literally, they have everything. Why? They documented these ships, the name of the ships, how many enslaved people they had on the ships. They documented the route. They documented where they got them from. They documented where they sold them to. Sold them from. They documented who they sold them to. They documented all of this, and you're telling me that they didn't document that. They documented the reason before they started doing this. Are you telling me that they didn't document the actual selling of those people?
I'm not saying that, but if you have it, you can present it. That will prove that I'm wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Can you present a bill of sale? I'm telling you, I'm willing to believe what you're saying, even though there's no proof of what you're saying to be true. I'm willing to accept it if you can show me any type of bill of sale. Anyone, just one.
Well, look, I can accept any proof from you that will prove my statement wrong. I'm okay.
You're literally you're literally repeating the same shit that I just said. The onus is on you. The burden of proof is on you because you made the statement. I don't have to disprove your statement. I have to say that your statement isn't true. Prove it. That's how it works. That's your claim. Your claim is that black people sold black people. I'm like, sure, okay, cool. I'll accept it if you can prove it. Now prove it or stop saying it. I don't care which one.
Well, we can ignore that if you don't want to believe that.
No, I don't care about believing. I want you to either concede or provide proof.
I don't have the bill.
Okay, so you're conceding. Is that an accurate statement?
Well, neither do you have the bill.
Luigi, you're conceding. Is that an accurate statement?
Well, I don't have the bill.
Are you conceding?
Conceding what?
Conceding on the point that black people sold black people?
Well, but for me to concede,
the answer is yes or no.
Well, look, I have to prove the other way.
Luigi, it's super simple.
I have to prove.
Luigi,
Well,
this is a super simple question. Are you conceding on the point of black people selling black people? Yes or no?
We do not have this definitive proof that it is true or false.
Luigi, it's a yes or no question. Are you conceding on the point that black people sold black people? Yes, you're conceding and we can move on. No, you're not conceding and I need proof. Which one?
To concede, I would have to prove the contrary as true.
No. To concede, why would I have to prove your claim to be false when you made the claim?
I made the claim, but it's neither true or false. If we couldn't have proved either
false.
One.
Hey, Luigi, if I sit here and say that I have the ability to fly, is it on you to prove that I can't fly?
Well, look.
Answer the question, Luigi. Luigi, answer the question. If I say that I can fly, is the proof on you to prove that I cannot fly?
Well, if I can, I can.
No.
If I cannot,
the question, what do you not understand about yes or no questions?
I would if I can. Yes or no question doesn't. It's just put it in a box. It's not.
No, it's because you don't. It's because you're intellectually dishonest and you know that you're wrong, but you're so fucking stubborn that you can't even just admit that you're wrong. Like, Luigi, how the fuck am I going to have an actual conversation with you when you can't get out of the blocks with the basic shit and just admit when you're right and wrong? Like, what type of good faith conversation are we going to have when you can't even get past the simple shit? Like, why would I even keep talking to you when you can't even get past simple shit?
No, let me tell you something. When you talk like that, that doesn't mean you're trying to have a conversation. You're trying to be rough. We're just trying to have a conversation.
I'm trying to have you stand on fucking business and not say stuff that's not true. And I am willing to accept whatever you say. I don't care what, I mean, you can make the boldest, you can say the fucking moon is cheese. And as long as you can prove it, I will accept it. I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. I just want you to say factual stuff. And the way that you have the ability to say factual stuff is by proving it. I don't care about like what the claim is. I just want you to prove it.
Well, let me tell you something.
Don't tell me shit. You can talk to Jeff. It's fine. Don't tell me shit. Like, you can talk to Jeff. You got it, Jeff.
Hi, Luigi.
Yeah.
So just quick, so I have it clear and I catch up. You think black people sold black people into slavery?
Well, look, he does not agree with this statement because this is what happened.
Don't worry about Santana. Hold on, Luigi. It's fine. Don't worry about Santana. He's having his brunch over there chilling. I want to know what you think. Do you think black people sold black people into slavery?
But not only black people sold black people into slavery, they use black peoples as masters to beat up the black people. In some way,
I just want to know if just the first part. Do you think black people in Africa sold black people into slavery in the United States?
Yeah, because they sold them. Because I think a lot of them were like prisoners of war.
Okay, so let's go through let's you and I go through a little line of reasoning. Okay, I found out that if I checked, I can go as far back as like 1100, 1000 CE, and find well-preserved receipts written in Arabic for the sale of different servants and indentured servants and slaves from that era, right? Are you okay with that?
I'm listening.
Okay. I also know that between Europe and the United States, or the colonies rather, there were well-preserved records of the transport of slaves between Europe and Turtle Island. So when there were transactions, whether they were within Europe or within the British colonies, when somebody sold somebody, there were well-preserved documents and sales receipts. So far, so good?
I hear you.
All right. I also know that African tribes wrote letters, so they were capable of writing in the language of the Portuguese and the Spanish, petitioning them for different types of trade, asking them to stop kidnapping our people, asking them to stop tricking our people, that kind of stuff. So we know that there's writing that was done. But you know what I don't find? I don't find any receipts that anybody in the transatlantic slave trade preserved or is in possession of their transactions with the African continent prior to them taking control of the African continent.
I hear you.
Would we expect to see those if there were transactions being done and sales being made?
But do you expect me to verify all this information and do all of that? Because you're presenting what you will consider as evidence. I understand that. But do you think from this conversation, I can at this moment verify all this information and make sure that go through the whole process of validating the information? Do you think I can do that?
That's a good question. Here's the deal I can make with you.
I can give you the benefit of the
I don't
doubt.
know why I have no idea why you're talking right now. I'm about to give you what you want. We'll do a race. I will find you a receipt from 1100. I'll find you a receipt from Turtle Island, and I'll find you a receipt from Europe. All you have to do is find one receipt between Africa and either Europe or the colonies between 1450 and 1600. Are you willing to take on that race?
I can take on this task, but I cannot
Okay,
do
cool.
it at this moment. At this moment, like I'm talking to you,
Well,
I cannot
we're here
do
now.
that. And you know that. And neither you.
I don't
neither
know
can
that.
you.
I've never met you before. I don't know your capabilities, but we are here now.
But you don't know either one. You don't know my capabilities. You don't know what my capabilities are. You don't know what they are not. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So
fair to
but
give
are you willing
anybody
to
the
take
benefit
on?
of the doubt, right?
Are you willing to? I don't work with benefit of the doubt. You asked if you could verify. I'm giving you the opportunity to. Do you want to verify?
But let me tell you something. I think you're not trying to have a conversation in good faith because why? Because you're trying to limit the conversation on one thing that you can go on forever. Well, let me tell you something. If you make a statement, if you make a statement, if you make a statement,
Mm-hmm.
I may not be able to prove neither it is true or false. I can hear you and take it. Okay, I hear you, but what I will consider if everything you say, everything that you advance, every arguments that you advance, and I'm probably sure I'll take some that we can work on that. You can say, okay, that's plausible, that's not plausible, that's less plausible. We can have a conversation. But if you limit the conversation in one particular thing that you think you can keep it going on for a while because you don't want to discuss the issue, that it's not you're not having a conversation.
Just to be clear, which issue do I not want to discuss?
But the fact that you guys saying that we need to move white people from power.
Okay, so really quickly, and I'm just inferring from context here. It seems that your disagreement, Luigi, with removing white people from power is invalidating the trustworthiness of black people by saying that black people sold black people into slavery. Do I have that right?
But what my point is.
Hold on. Wait, Luigi, pause for a second. I asked you a question. The polite thing to do. So you weren't listening to the question.
He has an inability to actually answer questions, even yes or no questions.
No, that's not the question. I was trying to answer the question, but you didn't let me.
No. The question was a yes or no question. It was for me to confirm my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if your contention with removing white people from power, if your point is that you're challenging the trustworthiness of black people by saying that black people sold black people into slavery.
No, I will not say. I would not doubt the trustworthiness of what people. I will not do that. Neither for black, neither for white.
I'm not talking. No. The trustworthiness. Wait. I just want to clarify. I want to know, but that wasn't an answer. No. That wasn't an answer to my question. I'm going to tell you why. No. I'm going to tell you why you're obfuscating, and it seems now like you're projecting when you say.
No, you're saying yes or no. I
don't know why you're interrupting. So. The trustworthiness of white people is doo-doo, caca. It's gone. Like they instituted slavery, pig laws, black codes, segregation, Jim Crow, like you name it, they did it, right? Their trustworthiness is zero. So Santana is saying, let's get them out of power so they stop doing all that stuff, right? Now you're saying, I don't think so because black people also sold black people into slavery. Is that right?
This is an example. This is an example of me saying that black people and white people are both capable of doing very bad things. That's my point.
So that's a good point. I disagree with that point. That's why we're talking about it. So now we're in agreement on where we are in the conversation. This is dope. I love these new profit powers I have. I came in like late and I'm already caught up, and I ain't even have to text you, Santana, to be like, yo, can you tell me where we at? We just got here.
Yeah.
Cool. So now here's my issue, Luigi.
Yeah.
The statement that black people sold black people into slavery is something that white people say to absolve themselves of the responsibility of the transatlantic slave trade. So I consider it harmful to say it without evidence, right? Like I think it's harmful because if you must know, the UN just passed a resolution calling slavery, specifically this transatlantic slave trade, one of the greatest crime against humanity in history, and calling for reparations for that crime. And the United States was among 3 countries that voted against, and several other countries that abstained. And the countries that abstained are clearly along imperial lines, whether they voted no or abstained. So when you say, well, black people sold black people into slavery, it's almost like as if to say, well, you guys did it too, when that's not true. You see how that can be harmful?
Well, slavery is something that exists in every society and every society. This means
that's
black people. Well, you see, well, that's a problem. This is something that exists in every society. It's not
again
just
not true.
Yeah, well, it existed in every society.
Hey, just stop saying shit that you can't prove, Luigi. Like literally, this is the problem that we've been having this whole time. You keep saying shit and you just say it because you think you know it, but you can't prove the shit that you're saying.
Well, okay, let me tell you something for standpoint of general. Look at you, me, or anybody. When you look at human, you cannot really determine who is good, who is not, who is bad.
I don't know what that does in the conversation.
Based on race, because my only problem with this statement is that it's based on race. I have no problem saying like we move back people from power.
I told you when I first started, it wasn't based off of race. It was literally based off of the 250-year history of our country and where we currently are as a society. It's not based off of race. It's based off of who has had power. If it were white women that had power, then this would be remove white women from power. If it were black men, it would be remove black men from power. It's literally based off of who has had power. It's not about race, and you keep saying that.
I can agree with you at one condition.
I don't care about you agreeing me with conditions. I'm just telling you that you're wrong. Finish talking to Jeff. Like, I'm just saying that you're fucking wrong. You haven't understood this entire conversation at no point. So.
But listen, Luigi, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Okay. Even if it were about race,
yeah,
I didn't make race. Santana didn't make race. You didn't make race. Do you know who made race, Luigi?
I would like to know.
White people made race. Do you know why they made race, Luigi?
Mm-hmm.
In order to exploit black people and non-white people. So they did that. Like, I didn't do that. They did that. And so they've reaped the benefits, and that's fine. And now the analysis is that if that's the case and it's going to lead to injustices, we should remove them from power. But you're trying to equalize it by saying so did black people, and that's harmful.
But this is what I can say about that. Because when it's come to, are we confident that if black people were in power, that it would have been better? Are we confident to say that?
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Pardon me?
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. No one's talking about if. We don't have to talk about ifs. We can talk about reality.
This is exactly. Are we trying? I understand that there may be there is a problem that needs to be fixed. I understand that very well. But the fact that we label it and we're not trying to find the problem, we say, okay, this particular group is the problem. That to me is discriminatory in some ways. Because let me tell you something.
I found the problem.
Let me tell you something about race. This is what I figured about race. I mean, race is a fact. We have different colors that we cannot change that.
Racism based off of skin colors.
Well, yeah, skin colors and
it's not based off of skin colors. That's not race. Okay. Again, you don't know shit. I'm so sorry, Jeff. I'm so sorry. No, I am so sick this entire time. You guys, not just you, but the other person. You guys keep coming up here. And you guys don't know shit, and you guys don't even try to I don't know if you guys don't listen to the last conversations. And I'm not someone who likes to have the same fucking conversation over and 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 over again. Like, if you guys are gonna come up, then say something new or actually know something. And everything that you say is just the same bullshit that just came out of the last person's mouth that didn't know shit. You guys just keep parroting the same thing over and over and over from people who don't know shit. It's so weird. It's so weird.
You just have to prove it. It's just saying all of that doesn't prove it. But it's what you're saying, that race is not tied to color.
I didn't say quote unquote tied to color. I said race is not color. Race is not color.
Is skin color not a factor in race?
No. So listen, race is a social constructed hierarchy where phenotypical characteristics and other social connected attributes are assigned to different levels in the hierarchy in order to give people differing access to resources and places in society. That's what race is.
Okay. Now,
it doesn't necessarily have to be skin color. I want you to stop talking. It doesn't necessarily have to be skin color because, for example, I'm black, but I'm lighter skinned than Santana. Santana's black, and he's lighter skinned than other black people. We're not a monolith. There are white people who are a similar complexion to me. And then there are people that are Asian or indigenous that are various skin complexions. It's not skin color.
So, okay, it's not skin color. Can I call myself if you look at the picture, can I call myself white?
No.
Can I call myself white?
No, because of your other phenotypical characteristics, you fucking donut.
No, I'm not fucking donut. I'm not, because we're trying to do the second. Will you call me? Can I claim myself to be white?
Can I claim myself to be white, Luigi?
No, I'm asking the questions.
I already answered your question.
Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second, guys. For the chat, we don't use SLOW in the chat. That's an ableist term. Please don't do that. Please don't say SLOW or DUMB. We don't want to use those terms. Sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
And even to the extent that you can be remarking on intelligence, Luigi's not unintelligent. Luigi, you're not unintelligent. Can I claim myself to be white?
No, I asked the question first.
I answered your question. Can I claim myself to be white?
This is not. I don't know.
I said no. I don't know if
no.
listen, Luigi. I don't know if you're not listening or just dishonest. No, I said no. You cannot claim yourself. I said no. You cannot claim yourself to be white. Now, can I claim myself? I want you to stop talking and listen. Can I claim myself to be white?
I don't know.
Look at your screen.
I don't know.
Do you see my face?
I see your face. I would say you. Probably not. That's my guess.
And do I have super dark skin?
No.
Okay. So now we've established that race is not merely about skin color. So we can put that to the side.
But this means, but this
I have a different question for you now. Well, I have a different question for you now.
What is the case when I can be white? I would not get.
If you have white phenotypical features, they would be Eurocentric features. I'm done with the quizzing. Okay, what you know about race? I want you to stop talking while I'm talking, Luigi. This is how you can show that you're in good faith. I have a different question for you now. Santana has laid out the case. I'm actually more extreme with the case, but we've laid out the case that white people, by their structuring and maintenance of this hierarchy, have enacted untold damage to marginalized communities and therefore should be removed from power. So the question is, why are you resistant to that?
I'm resistant to the fact that if I get in power, I cannot be removed from power if I'm black because I am black. Because as you said, I cannot be labeled as white. You cannot have it two ways, two definitions of white.
This has nothing. Listen. So when I say, listen, hold on, Luigi, hold on. You're not listening, and you're trying to say something that isn't being said. When we say remove white people from power, I'm not saying anything about black people.
Luigi, I muted you. Luigi, you're muted. Just sent you a request to unmute.
Did you hear what I said, Luigi? You're going to have to unmute.
Oh, you got
it. Yeah.
So when I say remove white people from power, I'm not saying anything about black people. So let's stop talking about black people. I just want to know why you're resistant to the idea of removing the class, the racial class that has enacted a global system of marginalization from power. Why are you resistant to that?
Well, I'm resistant to that because if you talk about white people and
if you say black people, I'm gonna lose it.
Now look, if you talk about white people and you remove non-white people from this conversation, this means you have why can't we have another term to define that instead of white? Is there another term we can use so we can remove this problem? If we find another term, that would be fine, and it should not be easy.
What do you mean another term?
Well, find another term.
Which term would you be comfortable with, Luigi?
Well, that's what I'm not. Well, remove black people from power. That would be nice. That would be.
Wait. Why are you talking about black people?
No, I don't say black people. I said bad people. I'm sorry.
Wait.
maybe my accent is
okay. Bad people.
Bad people. This is what I'm saying.
What does that have to do with the? Okay, so the argument that has been laid out, where white people constructed a hierarchy that marginalizes and exploits non-white people. Do you agree with that?
The only thing I disagree with is calling it white people.
I'm just gonna ask my no. Now you're starting to get irritating. I'm gonna ask my question again, and I want you to listen to my question and stop going to your script. Whatever Teddy Ruxpin tape you have in your chest, throw it away. White people constructed a racial hierarchy that they benefit from and that marginalizes and exploits non-white people. Do you agree with that?
I think, yeah. I mean, definitely they have taken advantage of black people. If I can use the term black in this case.
I didn't say have they taken advantage.
Said I didn't get that. Sorry. Listen, I'm kind of upset. I got to deal with a dugong bruxish. Woolo. Let's go, Woolo. You're in the box for the time being.
Happened in your buddy group, best friend.
Who has it? It doesn't matter who has it.
That's not true.
No matter who has it, they will do the same.
No, that's not true. And you know how I know that?
How do you know that?
Well, this is how I know that. When European travelers went over to Turtle Island, where the indigenous people were, who was in power in Turtle Island?
The indigenous people, I guess.
Okay. Did they subjugate the Europeans that went over there?
I don't think so. They would not be able to do so.
They were in power and they didn't subjugate anybody. That's dope. No. So when the Europeans went and traveled to Africa, did the Africans subjugate any of the Europeans?
No.
They didn't. And who was in power there?
I think they could not do it anyway if they wanted to. They wouldn't have been able to do it.
They couldn't do it? Are you saying that those few ships with just a few people that went to Africa, where they had the ability to irrigate, they had the ability to make large infrastructures, they had the ability to tame certain animals, they had weapons, they had massive armies. You're saying that those people couldn't subjugate the few people that came off of a boat?
Well, based on the small knowledge I have on this matter,
I'm glad you admitted that you have small knowledge.
Well, I don't have the whole word knowledge in my head, but I have common sense.
I give a fuck about that. Sorry, Jeff, but I actually have somewhere to be at the top of the hour, so.
No, you are more than good. I was getting so irritated because it was like at the end, what it really was is I just want to cape for white people.
Yeah,
that's really what it turned into.
Yeah.
Please don't say nothing bad about them white people.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate you coming up, bro, especially because I was over it. So I'm glad that you were able to at least carry that to where we got to.
Word. Well, you know I'm always around.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
All right.
Guys, I want to say thank you. I haven't said thank you to anyone from the beginning, and you guys have been amazingly kind. So I'm going to run through all these thank yous, and then we got to call it for now. So let me do this. Debbie's in the chat for Amanda for the $5 donation saying, I do a little dance every time I hear your theme song. Love your face. I love your face, Amanda. Thank you. Debbie's in the chat for Tiffany for the $15 donation saying, I talked to you a while ago about my family listening to you at the dinner table. I want to say thank you. My 7-year-old son just recently debated his 64-year-old hardcore granddad and changed his mind. Let's fucking go. When he asked, what did I learn? He told me from you and Dean. W's in the chat for Tiffany. That's awesome. W's in chat for Ren for the $2 donation saying Indigenous and Black people had to teach us how to wash. What is the degradation? Guess what's that about? Yeah, I mean, like, he just didn't get it. W's in chat for Alexis for the $10 donation saying, I genuinely think that Cameron has a uterus because Alexis, I can't say that, but you can. W's in chat for Alexis for the 10. W's in chat for Barbara for the $25 donation saying that he was a racist. He absolutely was. He proved it. W's in the chat for Heather for the $5 donation saying, I'm tired, Grandpa. I am too. W's in chat for Darius for the $2 donation saying my vasectomy was the most painful experience of my life. The anesthesia didn't work because I'm autistic, and I only learned about the non-invasive procedure afterwards. Months of recovery, no regrets, still support mandatory vasectomies. Yeah, that's why when I talk about like mandatory vasectomies, I talk in typical and not for every single person, because the cases are different. Like when you talk about the individual people and then the premise of practicing medicine. So absolutely. W's in chat for Ivy for the $33.33. Say, hey, Santana, hope you're having a good day this morning. Just joining. Keep dog walking this ignorant, misogynistic little boy and his fifis. If you ever need more sources with women and gender studies, I have some awesome books. Anyways, love you a lot. Yeah, hey, send over recommendations. I would love that. W's in chat for Mander for the $1 donation. Same for the amazing NBC mug with the built-in stir. What? I'm going to need you to show that off. Yeah, listen, I love my Nightmare Before Christmas mug. And yes, it has a Jack Skellington stir. I love my mug. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Manders. Thank you so much for that dollar. W's in chat for Ivy for the $3.33 to say, I heard a great analogy for abortion once. What would be more effective at saving a life, removing the clip from a bullet or, of a gun, or shooting the bullet at a vest? What do you think? Something along those lines. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's a great analogy, especially for those gun nuts. W's in chat for Oakley for the $2 donation saying, you're the only person I can tolerate listening to when people come up to debate abortion. Thank you for standing up for AFAB and dragging this loser incel. Cameron is literally a waste of air. He was the worst, like fucking worst. And yeah, like the whole premise of him wanting to actually, like he was just a piece of shit all over. Like every single aspect of him was a piece of shit. That was in chat for Jocelyn for the $1 donation saying, why should women give a fuck about a man's opinion on abortion when they don't even know where conception starts? Like, that was the wild shit. Like, they never know anything. That was in chat for Gregory for the $2 donation saying, as a former senior global supply chain consultant, addressing a symptom of a problem never really resolves it. You must do a root cause analysis to identify and resolve the issue. Unwanted pregnancy is a symptom of male negligence. Gregory, I have an MBA in supply chain management and logistics, and I approve that message. W's in the chat for Marie for the $5 donation saying, important, urgent. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed this, Marie. I'm sorry. Ask them 334-256-251 or 205. I need to know where not to go. And I'm originally from Mountain Brook, sir. 80K is okay. It's fine. That's it. Exactly. W's in the chat for Maggie for the $2 donation saying, Cameron, your penis, the little thing you love so much. Yeah, a woman gave you that. You are weak AF as they come, and you know it. That's why you cling to the alpha male. And now be a good little boy and STFU. Love you, Santana. Love you too, Maggie. W's in chat for Maze for the $1 donation saying, it was never acceptable. It was just ignored. I completely agree, Maze. And Maze also sent a $1 donation saying, you can't do with the bachelor's. So if he has a master, ask him about his field hour requirements. We know for a fact that he didn't have a master's. I don't even really think that he had a bachelor's. Also, Maze W's in chat for the $1 donation saying, master's in psychology, doesn't know what ID, ego, or super ego is. and then followed up with I bet he lost his mind if he talked to me. Swearer /RN. I'm assuming those are certifications. I know for a fact that he would have just lost it. W's in chat for Ivy for the $3 donation. I could leg press 270. That's when I was obese. I couldn't do it now. I lost a lot of weight. Should we talk about the impossible expectations placed on women? Like, it all just boiled down to the fact that he was unhappy with himself and he looked to blame women instead of actually dealing with the issue. No lie, I was listening to Dean yesterday, and he and Parker were talking to this guy, and the guy was saying that he supports Donald Trump because he believes in mass deportation. And the reason why he believes in mass deportation is because he's been unable to get a job. He's been like applying to places, and he said he has a good resume and all this other stuff. But his whole premise was, well, I don't have a job because of black and brown people. He literally said minorities and undocumented immigrants was the reason why he didn't have a job. And like the point is that they would rather push the blame on other people and say like, hey, this is the reason why I don't have a job. This is the reason why I don't have a woman. And like, instead of actually dealing with the shit like this right in front of them. And I know they do that because I do that as well. I am a man, so I'm flawed. And I, a lot of times, shift the blame instead of actually dealing with the shit that I cause myself. But I think that's super important for everyone to do. So W's in chat for Will for the $3 donation saying Cameron's such a failure, unsuccessful in a system built for him to succeed. Big facts. W's in the chat for Tracy for the $20 donation saying, no one's that emotionally unintelligent could possibly have a master's in psychology. That's what I was saying. Like, that's what I was literally saying. There's no way he had a master's in psychology, and like, he's a liar. He has no degree. W's in chat for Tracy. I believe that. W's in the chat for Trisha for the $30 donation saying we can get into some gangster shit. Listen, sometimes you gotta let them know. W's in the chat for Timberly for the $20 donation saying from Miss Live in AI, it sucks. I don't remember what that was about. W's in the chat for Nicole for the $20 donation saying for having patience, have a few. Thank you. I appreciate that. And W's in the chat for William for the $10 donation saying, yo, it's Bat Bread TV. Keep cooking these fools. You know, we got to do that. Oh, what up, bro? W's in the chat. I appreciate you. Anyway, guys, W's in the chat for all the donos, guys. You guys are freaking amazing. Let me just check. I think we're good on super chats. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to call it because I got some stuff I'm going to do. And I'll be back on later this evening for sure. But in the meantime, in between time, you guys, make sure you're taking care of yourself, protect yourself. If you're going out to a No Kings rally or, you know, just in public today, period, make sure that you are safe. Hit that follow button before you leave. We're still driving to 100,000 followers. If you're over on YouTube, hit the thumbs up on the VOD before you go out and make sure that you drop a follow on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky, everywhere. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. Bat bread. What did I say? Bat beard. Not bread, beard. My bad. I'm mentally drained at the moment. I apologize. Anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here and I will see you all later. Let's go.
You stepped in the box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Great stats will get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey, Debbie's in the chat for the chat, guys. Like I said, we'll be back later. I'm going to have some really cool shit for you when I get back. So hang tight and I'll see you later. I will. I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. I'll see you later. Thank you for all the gifts, the taps, the likes, the shares. Thank you all for being amazing. Thank you all for being here. I love you all. And as always,